Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen Wassalatu wassalam ala ashrafil anbiya'i wal mursaleen wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Allahumma infa'ni bima 'allamtani wa 'allamni ma yanfa'uni wa zidni ilman. Subhanaka la ilma lana illa ma 'allamtana innaka antal alimul hakim. Rabbi ishrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wa ahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Arabic language is a very rich language. It has more than 12 million words into its vocabulary, and they say that only 10% of it are in use. So the 10% of 12 million would be still 1.2 million, which is almost like 12 lakhs words, which is much more than the German language word, which is around 3 to 5 lakhs. And it's also much more than the English language itself, which they say is around 5 to 7.5 lakhs total words. The largest dictionary of the Arabic language contains 80,000 words. I mean, one object has got multiple words for it. Honey has more than 80 words. Lion has more than 100 words. Camel has 2 to 300 words. So there is the vocabulary is very rich. Now, to understand Arabic, see, there are two things that you need to understand, the basics of the Arabic. One is the fundamentals, and the other is something called as sarf, which in English it is called as morphology. Now, this morphology is a very powerful thing. This is what separates Arabic language from the other language. So what is morphology? Morphology is very much like a word making machine. It's a machine which can make words or create words, so that you don't have to memorize it. You cannot and you should not be memorizing most of the Arabic words, because we have this tool called as sarf or morphology. It is very much like the Xerox machine. You know, Xerox machine, you just need to learn the basic operation, how to make a photocopy, how to make a Xerox, how to make a duplicate of it. You just put the paper and then close the lid and then press that particular button and the paper comes out. Once you learn how to operate it, you don't care what the source is, what paper you are putting in. You least bother about it. You just focus on putting the paper and getting it out, because you know how to operate. Same thing with the morphology. Once you learn the morphology, you don't care what the word is. You will be able to create it. I really mean it. It's not that difficult. Now, since there are so many words, as I said, even the usage vocabulary is 1.2 million words. So does it make it as one of the difficult language? No, not at all. On the contrary, this is what makes it very easy to understand or very easy to grasp. This is very much like the mathematics. In maths, you never mug up, you never memorize. If you want to memorize, all you do is you memorize those formulas or those patterns, and then just use those formulas and the patterns as you go on. Based on your needs, you use the respective formula to get the answer. Same thing with Arabic. Based on your need, you just need to use that specific formula. Although we have touched on this topic, I have touched on this topic in my previous videos, directly or indirectly, where we try to take a look at how these words are created. I just gave a small glimpse of it. So as I said, this is very much like mathematics formula. So if you remember, in one of his visits, our Prime Minister gave an example of this mathematical formula. When he was visiting Canada, he gave this example of this mathematical formula, a plus b square. He said that when a plus b square, this is only two entities, a and b, but when you expand this formula, it gives three entities, a square plus b square plus 2ab. So this is what he was relating to India and Canada relationships. Anyway, so in mathematics, you have this formula a plus b square. Now, if you know this formula, how does it translate into, then it's very easy to solve those problems which relate to this. So a plus b square is equal to a square plus b square plus 2ab. Now, how does it apply in the practical life? In the practical life, wherever situation demands, you just replace this a and b with the actual letters, with the actual values. So when you replace this A with a particular value, B with a particular value, you get the answer. For example, if you take A as 2 and B as 3, what do you get? A plus B square, which means 2 plus 3 square, which will be 5 square, 25, is equal to A square plus B square plus 2AB. So A square will be 2 square, 4, B square will be 9, 3 square, and then 2AB will be 2 into 2 into 3, so 12. So 12 plus 9 plus 4 will give you 25, which means 25 equals 25. So what did you do? You just replaced A, B, C with the respective values. You got the answer. Next time you want to use it, you again get some values. The values may be different. So you don't memorize all these permutation combinations of values for A and B. You just remember the formula. Same thing in Arabic. Exactly the same. The only difference is, instead of using A, B, C or X, Y, Z as in English, we use 3 letters of Arabic. And those 3 letters are Fa, Ain and Lam. So what is it? Instead of A, B, C, we use Fa, Ain and Lam. These are our variables. So you just put this Fa and Lam and replace these Fa and Lams with different root letters to get the result that you want. Let me explain to you. So what's the reason for choosing these 3 words, Fa, Ain, Lam? Well, we could choose any word, any 3 letters. That's not a problem. It's like in English, why do you choose A, B, C or X, Y, Z? No other reason. You could choose R, S, T. It's just variables. Same thing here. But there's a reason for it. The reason why Fa, Ain, Lam are chosen is because now what we are talking about is actions. Actions in Arabic, the Arabic word for actions is fail. Fail means action, fail means to do. Verb, fail means verb. So this fail consists of 3 root letters, Fa, Ain, Lam. Most of the Arabic words, nouns and verbs, most of them, 90% of them or more than 90% of them are made from 3 root letters. So that's why we are choosing here Fa, Ain, Lam as the placeholders. So let's see how we can create these words. Now the words that we are focusing, of course, morphology or surf is too vast. What we are going to discuss here is just like 2% or 3% of morphology, just a basic of it. Just I want to give you a taste of that language. Now whatever we are going to see here, of course this will be too basic for the advanced students of our institution, and it might be little bit heavy for the fundamental student, but anyway you will appreciate the language. So let's see this Fa, Ain, Lam, how I can use in the formula, what is the pattern and how I can create these words. So remember 3 root letters, Fa, Ain, Lam. These are our variables like A, B, C. So we are going to replace Fa, Ain, Lam with the different 3 root letters. Now what's the formula? The formula is you write Fa and then after Fa there will be a Alif, permanent. After Fa means after the first root letter there will be a Alif. So it will make Fa. And on the second root letter, which is Ain, you will always have a Kasra, which is Zair. So it will make it E. And the last root letter, which is Lam, which always have a Dhamma on it, which is Pesh, Dhamma Tanween. So Un ki awaaz aayegi. So it is Dhamma Tanween. So if you smoosh this together, Fa, E, Lun, it will be. The complete word will become Fa, E, Lun. The first letter has got Alif, the second letter has got Kasra, and the third has got Dhamma Tanween. This is the formula. Fa, E, Lun. फाइलुन इन अरबिक मीन्स डूअर, वो जो हरकत कर रहा है उसका मतलब है फाइल. फाइल मीन्स डूअर. सो नाउ हाउ डू यूज दिस फॉर्मूला? नाउ लेट्स टेक 3 root letters, any 3 root letters. The basic, let's take Noon, Sod and Ra, Nasr. Now if you know, when these words comes in this order with these 3 root letters, Nasr, you might not know the exact meaning, but it has something to do with help. It has something to do with support. No, Nasr. So if you take these 3 root letters, Noon, Sod, Ra, and put it into this pattern of Fa, Ain, Lam. So after Fa there will be a Alif, after Ain there will be a Kasra, and after Lam there will be a Tanween. So if I replace Fa, I have to put, instead of Fa I have to put Noon, and instead of Ain I will put, instead of Lam, I will put Ra. So my words will become Noon, Sod and Ra. And of course, what's our pattern? The pattern is after the first root letter, there should be a Alif. So it will make the sound as Na. And after the second root letter, which is swad, there should be a kasra, zair. So it will give the sound of si, right? Nasi. And then the last, so that should have a dammat. So if you combine all this, it becomes nasirun. So it's on the pattern of fa'ilun. Now what is nasirun? Now when you put any word on this pattern, and if you know the root meaning of it, the root meaning of nasr is help. So whenever you put this word on this pattern of fa'ilun, you will get the doer of the help, which is helper. Which is helper. So what does nasirun means? Nasirun means helper. Nasirun is helper. Now there is a counterpart of it also, which also has got a pattern. The counterpart. Now when you help someone, of course there is someone who is taking your help, who is getting the help. There is a word for it also, and that is also on a specific pattern. So if you know that pattern, you will know what do we call in Arabic to the person who received the help. The pattern for that is, again we are going to use the same three root letters, fa, ain, lam. We are going to use the same three root letters, fa, ain, lam. What's the pattern? The pattern will be little bit different, right? Here the pattern was after fa, alif, then after ain, kasra, and after lam, damma tanween. Here the pattern will be, before the first root letter, which is fa, you will have a meme with a fatha. So it will be ma. The pattern will be starting with meme with the fatha, which is ma, and the first root letter, which is going to be fa, will have a sukun on it. So it will be like maf. And then the second root letter of your ain will have a damma on it. So it will make it sound of u. उसके ऊपर पेश होगा, सेकेंड रूट लेटर पे पेश होगा, और थर्ड रूट लेटर पे दम्मा तनवीन होगा. So it will be again lun. So the whole thing, if you see, start with ma, first root letter sukun, it will be maf, and then u and lun. So it will be maf u lun. So what you have to do to figure out who is the counterpart of nasirun, you have to put your word noon sadra into maf'ulun pattern, keep the meme and fatha fixed, just replace fa ain lam with noon sadra. What do you get? You get mansurun. That's it. That's your word. Mansur means the person who gets the help. Nasirun is the person who helps, helper. And mansurun is the person who got the help. So when you put on this pattern of maf'ulun, you get the one who received, or the object of the sentence. This is subject, this is object, this is the doer, this is the receiver. So you have these two formulas of fa'ilun and maf'ulun, which you can replace the fa and lam with your root letters, and you will get the doer as well as the receiver. Let's take another example. Let's take three root letters as qaf, ta and lam. Qaf, right? The bigger kaf. Qaf, ta and lam. Now when you put in this fa'ilun pattern, what do you get? Qatilun. Who is qatilun? The one who does qatl, the killer. Of course, if there is a killer, there is someone who got killed. What do you call him? You call him on the pattern of maf'ulun. So you get maqtulun. Qatilun, doer. Maqtulun, receiver, the one who got killed. Nasirun, helper. Mansurun, the one who got help. Right? Similarly, if you have these three root letters, fa, ta and ha. Fa, ta, ha. And you put in fa'ilun pattern, what do you get? Fatihun. Fataha is related to opening. That's why the first surah is called Fatiha, Fatihun, which means it opens the Qur'an. It also opens the Salah. So it is Fatihun. Now, Fatihun means the literal meaning will be opener. So what is the word for that got opened? That will be maf'ulun pattern. So if I put the Fataha on maf'ulun pattern, I get maftuhun, which means that which got opened. Whatever got opened, that is maftuhun. So Fatihun, maftuhun. Similarly, if you get za, lam, mim, and you put it on fa'ilun pattern, you get zalimun, the one who does zulm. So the one who does zulm is zalim. So what about the one who got oppressed? Jispe zulm hua. Maf'ulun, mazlumun, the one who got oppressed. Similarly, za, kaf, ra, zakara, one who does zikr. Fa'ilun pattern, zakirun. Maf'ulun pattern, mazkurun, that which was remembered. Mazkurun. Similarly, kaf, taba, katibun, the one who writes. Kataba is related to writing, the one who writes. And then that which is written, maktubun, that which got written, maktubun. Similarly, you have one word, ha, fa, and za. Hifz, to memorize, to protect. The one who memorizes, the one who protects is called as hafizun. The one protector, memorizer. Memorizer is actually protector, he protects by memorizing, right? So the protector is hafizun. What about that which got protected? Mahfuzun. महफूज है वो, क्योंकि प्रोटेक्ट किया. हाफिजुन महफूजुन. स्टूडेंट तलबा, तलब, जो तलब रखता है. तालिबुन, और जिस चीज की तलब रखता है मतलूबुन. तालिबुन मतलूबुन. प्रेज करना, प्रेज, हमद करना. अगर कोई हमद कर रहा है तो उसको क्या बोलेंगे? फाइलुन पैटर्न पे डालेंगे तो हामिदुन, हामिदुन. और उसका रिसीविंग एक्शन क्या होगा? मफऊलुन महमूदुन. हामिद महमूद. ऐन लाम मीम, जो इल्म रखता है उसको क्या बोलेंगे? फाइलुन पे डालो ऐन लाम मीम, क्या मिलेगा? यू गेट आलिमुन, द वन हु हैज इल्म, द वन हु हैज नॉलेज. ओके, सो व्हाट अबाउट दैट विच गॉट द नॉलेज? मालूमुन मफऊलुन. आलिम and the other reciprocal ma'lumun. Now he got malum, he got new. आलिम मालूम. सिमिलरली आलिम का अपोजिट क्या होगा? जीम हा लाम, जाहिल. जाहिलुन. जाहिल का मतलब, इट्स नॉट ऑफेंडिंग वर्ड इन अरबिक. इन हिंदी एंड उर्दू इट इज, किसी को जाहिल बोल दो तो ऑफेंस हो जाता है, बट लिटरल मीनिंग इज जाहिल मीन्स द वन हु डज नॉट नो. इट्स द अपोजिट ऑफ आलिम, राइट? जाहिलुन, द वन हु डज नॉट नो. एंड दैट विच इज नॉट नोन, मजहूलुन मफूलुन. Majhulun. So see how beautiful it is. So you don't have to memorize. The next time you are reading Quran and you come across this word on this pattern, a-i-un or maf'ulun, ma'u'un, this awaz, ye jo dimag mein bithaoge, you will automatically know. You might not know the meaning, you just need to know the root meaning of it. You will automatically know this is doer, this is the receiver, this is subject, this is object, this is doer, this is done to. This is the beautiful pattern. This is just 1% or 2% of it. The morphology is full of this. The morphology has a lot more to offer. So if you can just memorize these patterns, these formulas, the Arabic is a beautiful language. Beautiful, beautiful language. You can know most of the thing. You just need to understand what's the root meaning of it, and you know that this is a doer, this is done to. It's a very listening. It's a beautiful language. So I just wanted to highlight some aspects of it, so that we are able to learn the English language to such an extent that we can teach English to the British people, to the American people. We have mastered the English to so much, but unfortunately we don't learn Arabic even so much that we don't know what we are reading in the Salah, or when we are reading Qur'an, we don't know what the Qur'an is saying. I'm not talking about understanding the Qur'an inside out, but at least we should get an idea when we read a page, when you read a ayah, you should get a 60-70%, okay, I understand what he's saying. That you should get it. At least that much Arabic is required. May Allah help us all to understand and appreciate his language. Nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum.